So some of you probably aren't too surprised, but we have some more bad news where Xbox is concerned, and it seems like a little bit of a running theme at this particular point, where Microsoft is always finding themselves in a very negative situation, and that's really unfortunate because we really need the competitive nature back between Microsoft, back between Xbox. This is one of the things that I think is lost on people when it comes to a lot of these situations where Xbox isn't selling very well. And it's so funny to see, because Sony came out with their PlayStation numbers today, and they're very good. But people were really trying to compare them to Xbox numbers, which I thought was funny because Xbox numbers are down on top of being down, and we know through different leaks and things like that Xbox Series X and S combined for around 800,000 units sold last quarter. So now we're getting more information about what Sony's selling. And remember, it used to be PlayStation would outsell Xbox 2-1, last year 3-1, and now it's at a staggering 5-1, right? Like, it is so crazy. Basically what happened to Microsoft and Xbox. Honestly, it's absolutely insane to see the level that they've fallen. So according to this, PS5 has shipped almost 5 times more than Xbox in quarter one. It looks like if trends continue, Xbox is looking at under 4 million sold for the entire year. That's crazy. I don't. Is that like Wii U numbers? Crazy. Anyway, Sony shipped almost 5 times as many PS5 consoles as Microsoft did, according to new reports. That's according to estimates from sales tracker Nico Partners, shared on Twitter by Daniel Ahmed, the company's director of research and insights. Sony reported that it shipped 4.5 million units during the 3 months ending in March, taking its lifetime total to 59.3 million. While Microsoft doesn't report Xbox Series X and S sales numbers, it confirmed a significant drop in hardware revenue in its earnings report for the first quarter of the year. Activision Blizzard software sales actually helped drive Microsoft gaming division to a record quarter, but Xbox hardware revenue declined 31% year over year yet again. Having both launched in November of 2020, PS5 has outsold the Series X and S by around 2-1 as of the end of last year, according to data shared in February by Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two. Now, during 2023 alone, PS5 sales outpaced Series X and S almost 3-1, according to Ampere Analysis. And last year, Microsoft openly admitted to having lost the console war, having consistently ranked third behind PlayStation and Nintendo in terms of sales since entering the market with the original Xbox way back in 2001. Through its acquisition of multi-platform blockbusters like Minecraft and Call of Duty over the years, Xbox was already a major publisher on PlayStation and Nintendo consoles, but of course, February, as you all know, Microsoft delivered an Xbox business update which confirmed plans to bring more first-party titles to rival platforms, initially in the form of Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded, but we now know that, a lot more of those obviously could come at any particular point in time. There's rumors of Gears of War, the new Doom game, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to see where that kind of leads to. But, when you see all of this kind of stuff and you see what's happening to Microsoft and how do they sell under 1 million consoles in a quarter, right? That is absolutely crazy to see. It's something that I don't think we would have seen happen before. And obviously, with them closing a bunch of studios and things, you have to kind of question what's going to happen and what can they do to kind of change things in the future, right? Like, just think about that for a second. Like, right where we're at right now, things look very, very bleak. But, how can they change anything in the future when it comes down to Xbox being, something that gets supported or whether it's going to get dropped or whatever they do? I think a lot of people are kind of at the point where they just want to see, they just want to hear like the truth, like what's going on. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. People want to know, hey, is Xbox going to be third party? Is Xbox going to be a console? Like, what's the deal going to be? So again, it's just going to be crazy to kind of think of what's going to happen. Like, Xbox has been around for so long, and you see people try to paint some kind of positive spin on it, and to me it doesn't work. There is absolutely no way for that to work. When you're selling a piece of hardware like a console, you've got to have things that are exclusive on it, things that will realistically push it and make it where people want to buy it. And I think, going back to what Mikey Barra had said previously, I think that makes a lot of sense, where you have this thing and you have to really get people to buy into it. And you get people to buy into it, like gamers, they're not going to be tricked easily. You can't just trick gamers. They know what's up. Like, a gamer will buy a PlayStation, and even though PlayStation is going through a rough time with first party games right now, and even with, like, going back to the PS4, that PS4 had nothing for years. I mean, Xbox really had way more games, but people knew, and they called it. They're like, I remember getting in arguments with people saying, I was like, why are you guys buying a PlayStation 4? There's no games, man. I mean, it's like, Resogun and that awful Killzone game and, Knack. What are you guys doing? And they're like, well, here's the thing. And they were right. They go, we know that PlayStation will deliver because they've always delivered in every generation. They might start slow or they might end slow, but they're always going to deliver the games. And they ended up being right. Like, even though right now is a slow time for PlayStation first party, they're going to deliver, and they're going to deliver some really banging games. I think that's really why it's going to be a situation where they're going to continue to dominate. Now, where those Xbox gamers going to go once Microsoft stops, like, the hardware production, I think that's going to be anybody's guess. I would assume that a lot of them are going to go to PlayStation. I say a lot, but I use that term lightly because you have to figure there's only about 24 million people owning a Series X or S right now. So compared to almost 60 million PS5s, it's a crazy statistic. So you start breaking that down, and you probably, a good about half or so might go to PlayStation. Like, probably some of them might go to, like, a PC situation or whatever. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, this is really, really bad news for Microsoft. I'm going to link this in the description. You guys can check it out. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it was that bad, or did you know it was that bad? Did you figure that it was that bad? And how much worse do you think it'll get? I mean, you have all the kind of idea that people don't know what's coming from Microsoft. Their messaging has been horrible, and so I think people are intentionally avoiding them now. So let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.